On the day before Thanksgiving in 1971, a man bought a one-way ticket for Northwest Orient Flight 305. He was wearing a business suit and carrying a briefcase. He looked to all the world like an ordinary businessman. But this man, known by the alias Dan Cooper, was anything but ordinary. By the end of the night, he would pull off the single most daring and baffling crime in aviation history: hijacking a plane, extorting $200,000 in ransom, and then vanishing into the night sky with a parachute, never to be seen again. This is the legendary, chilling, and still unsolved mystery of D.B. Cooper. It all began on November 24th, 1971, aboard a short 30-minute flight from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington. Cooper, sitting in seat 18C, calmly ordered a bourbon and soda. Soon after takeoff, he passed a note to flight attendant Florence Schaffner, assuming it was a lonely man's phone number. She dropped it unopened into her purse. Cooper leaned in and whispered 5 terrifying words. "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." The briefcase was opened, confirming the threat. His demands were clear: $200,000 in unmarked, non-sequential $20 bills and 4 parachutes. The authorities immediately scrambled. They quickly complied with every demand. Upon landing at Seattle-Tacoma Airport, Cooper exchanged the 36 passengers for the cash and parachutes. He kept the pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, and 1 flight attendant, Tina Mucklow, on board. The rest was just beginning. Cooper then gave the flight crew a bizarre, technical set of instructions. They were to fly south towards Mexico City, stay below 10,000 feet, and maintain a slow airspeed of no more than 100 knots. These were the precise conditions needed for a safe parachute jump. Sometime after 8 p.m., over a rugged, heavily wooded area of southwestern Washington, Cooper made his move. He ordered the flight attendant to the cockpit, tied the ransom money bag to his body, and activated the Boeing 727's aft stairs, which lowered into the air behind the moving plane. In freezing rain, amidst over 200-mile-per-hour winds, D.B. Cooper stepped off the air stairs, jumping into complete darkness. He vanished. When the plane landed hours later in Reno, Nevada, the rear stairs were down and the hijacker was gone. The only things he left behind were his clip-on tie and a tie clip. The greatest manhunt in U.S. history had begun. The FBI initiated NORJAK, the Northwest hijacking case. They searched every inch of the suspected drop zone. For years, they found nothing. Most investigators concluded Cooper did not survive. He was wearing a suit and loafers, not survival gear. And crucially, one of the parachutes he took was sewn shut, a massive mistake an experienced paratrooper would never have made. They believed the wilderness claimed him and his loot. Then, 9 years later, in 1980, a glimmer of hope, an 8-year-old boy, Brian Ingram, found $5,800 in rotting $20 bills buried on the banks of the Columbia River, miles away from the original jump zone. The serial numbers matched the ransom money. The discovery proved Cooper had landed somewhere with the money, but it only deepened the mystery. How did the money get there? Was it washed down the river? Or did Cooper survive, bury it, and then die attempting to escape the wilderness years later? The riddle remained. O'Day, the D.B. Cooper case remains the only unsolved commercial air piracy case in American history. The FBI officially closed its active investigation in 2016, but the file is not forgotten. Every year, new suspects are named and new theories emerge, often based on forensic evidence, like the tiny particles found on a tie he left behind. Was he a former soldier, a disgruntled pilot, or perhaps just a desperate criminal who got lucky for a few minutes? Anyway, the truth is, we may never know the identity of the man in the suit who cheated the system and literally parachuted away with a fortune. He became a folk legend, a symbol of defying authority and the ultimate vanishing act. What do you think happened to D.B. Cooper? Did he survive the jump and live out his life on the run? Or did the harsh Washington wilderness claim him in a secret? Let me know your theories in the comments below.